When I saw that Sony pulled out of Pax, I nearly spit out my bat soup. I love that saying. It's fucking hilarious. I nearly spit out my bat soup.
My favorite still. Look, fat. Look.
Look, fat. Look, here's the deal.
Look, fat. Look, fat.
That's still my favorite right there.
That is actually really great. Creepy Uncle Joe.
Oh, boy.
They turned on him quick.
Oh, yeah. He didn't stand a chance.
No.
So we are now recording. Anything you say will not be deleted, so speak at your own discretion. Hello again, and welcome to BitHUD Raw. This is episode 14, R. And I'm Thaddeus.
And I'm Dan.
And let's just get into the show. So this time around, we want to talk about the whole, I guess, Sony and a lot of other companies pulling out of conventions because of the coronavirus.
Yes, the bat flu is scaring people away. It's messing with the tech, and now it's starting to get with, like, all of our nerdy shit is starting to get affected.
Yeah.
So now it's real.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it was real because, like, of all the deaths.
Yeah.
Like, it is actually really scary.
Yeah. So, but now it's just important, huh?
But no, it's just now it's like, how could we talk about, you know, the coronavirus in our comedy video game podcast?
Well, if it's as reverent as the way we addressed Kobe Bryant's death, I'm sure we'll do a hell of a job talking about him.
Well,
about this whole issue.
Actually, before we get into it, do you remember, have you ever seen the Ebola Chan memes?
No.
Like, okay. A long time ago on 4chan, they were like, oh yeah.
Of course.
There's doctors in Africa who worship Ebola.
Of course.
And, like, pray to her. And they're secretly, like, all the Ebola Chan, like,
God.
stuff. So there's, like, an anime girl who represents Ebola. There's one that apparently represents coronavirus.
Of course there is.
She has bat wings and she's holding up a bowl of soup. And, like, there's a ton of them. Who the hell draws cartoon characters about coronavirus? It's the fucking internet, yo.
Yeah, it doesn't take them long either.
But no, the coronavirus is actually getting really bad.
Yeah. So, like, do you have, like, some articles there with you or anything right now?
I do, but I'm not going to pull those up yet. That's it.
Just how I imagine.
That's Corona Chan, and that's a bullet.
Well, that has to be our thumbnail image.
I don't know, man. That's. I was going to make it the what's it called? The mayor of Boston. On one side.
I feel like that'll be a lot more intriguing than the mayor. Like, I don't even know what the mayor of Boston looks like.
He kind of looks a little like... I don't want to say he looks like an idiot, but there are a lot of photos where you could make it seem like he looks dumb.
You're right.
Like, I'm sure he's a very intelligent man.
Okay.
It's just not when it comes to telling people to go to conventions.
Yeah.
During a flu epidemic.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to consider the actual facts over, not worrying about how people are going to feel or offending people.
Well, let's get into the actual news about it.
Yeah.
So recently, Sony was the first one to do this. Right. Or at least it was first Sony that broke the news.
Yeah.
That they're pulling out of Pax East.
Yeah.
And they said because of, the coronavirus scare, they don't want to send anyone over to any conventions. They also pulled out of GDC.
Yeah.
The Game Developers Conference for the exact same reasons. And that's not ideal for Sony because they're launching the PS5.
Oh, yeah.
So this has to be, like, something serious.
I still kind of feel like they're going to be pushing the PS5 back. Like, they're going to, like... I feel like Sony and Microsoft are just going to, like, both come to the agreement that they're going to push their console releases back.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that one, too.
Okay,
but,
yeah.
The other people who pulled out of, PAX was Facebook and Oculus.
Yeah.
Right? So... Boston Mayor Marty Walsh sent a letter to PlayStation CEO Kenichiro Yoshida saying that the game company president that the risk of individuals contracting COVID...
Sorry, it was Shuhei Yoshida. What is that? Is Kenichiro?
It's Kenichiro Yoshida.
Oh, okay, so
Shuhei's the...
His nickname? Or?
No, Shuhei's a different person.
Because this says to Shuhei. I mean, one of these are wrong. I'm getting it from...
Kenichiro, he's like watching over all the third party.
Okay,
all the indie games now.
Okay.
He's like the buddy.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, because
He's not the CEO.
Okay, so yeah, because for this says Shuhei. I guess they guess.
What side are you on?
I'm on Games Radar.
Oh.
So maybe they just didn't know what the hell they're talking about.
Crack team journalism.
Yeah. But yeah, go on.
So he said that he's basically saying that contracting the COVID-19 in Boston, Massachusetts remains extremely low. It is.
Yes.
Not gonna say it isn't. Also stated in the letter that anti-Chinese and anti-Asian sentiment and misinformation has played a role in the increasing fear of the COVID-19 in the United States.
I mean, that's not wrong either.
No, but I think it's also the 70,000 infected.
Yeah.
Over a 1 month period.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm assuming they just like they're looking at the misinformation angles, like people like I don't know if you remember during the SARS outbreak, people would just get really paranoid around Asians in general.
Well,
so there's
yeah.
So I can see where they're coming from. They're kind of saying all Asians, or some people might think that in general.
Yeah, but I mean, and okay, here we'll finish up with this guy.
Okay, yeah.
And then also in the letter it says these fears reinforce harmful stereotypes that generations of Asians have worked hard to dismantle.
Mm-hmm.
They trigger our worst impulses to view entire groups of people with suspicion, to close ourselves off, and to miss out on the opportunities and connections our global city provides. Boston is united in our efforts to dispel these harmful and misguided fears. Basically, he's telling Sony, the Japanese company, don't be anti-Asian, bro. You're doing anti-Asian things there, Sony. Mr. Kenichiro Yoshida-san.
That's Italian, right?
Oh, of course. Actually, I think he's Irish.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense.
But yeah, like Facebook pulled out because I said this. I go, do you really want to go to a convention where have you been to a gaming convention?
No,
yet?
I haven't. No.
I've been to gaming and comic book conventions.
Just the idea of conventions on a regular time,
there's a thing called convention flu.
Yep.
You shake too many hands. I mean, cosplayers probably get this the worst, or people who have like real booths, not my booth.
Yeah.
Where they shake people's hands. People actually want to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of germs in there, and you know what? It's messed up to say. You can't trust the public to wash their hands or be clean at these conventions because there's some stank going on.
Yeah.
if you took like a thermal projection of these convention centers, you would see it's like stink lines coming out.
I can imagine. No, I always hear about bad BO and those kind of things.
Oh my gosh! You know, and I'm not saying it's anyone in particular. It's just you gather that many people together.
Yeah.
Some of them are staying in a hotel for a week.
Yeah.
Some of them are, crashing at their friends' couches.
Yeah.
And then you got the people who cover themselves in foam. They sweat.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm amazed by what they wear and how they're surviving in that. It's like some of them must have air conditioning units inside of their suits with some of the shit they wear.
Yeah, whenever you see someone dressed up as Iron Man or Optimus Prime, don't shake their hand but salute them.
Yeah.
They're putting on some freaking heat right there. Or the person dressed up like the giant Pikachu.
Yeah.
Because our buddy who used to work at McDonald's, he's like, dude, I had to put on the Grimace costume in the summer. God, he's like, you nearly died.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I said, it's not a good look for PlayStation or Facebook to be promoting their VR headsets.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing you're promoting. You can get infections through the eyes, especially.
Well, here, put this on your face.
Yeah.
Hold these two things in your hand.
Yeah.
Next. Who wants to try this great stuff?
It's a wise decision on Sony's end.
And honestly, I wouldn't go to a convention now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's not anti-Asian. It's
pragmatic.
It's honestly just being real. You
know?
I'm not gonna go let Asian people spit in my mouth. I've told my girlfriend, you back off. You could.
I was just gonna say, you guys don't do that in bed and don't spit in each other's mouths.
I mean, there was that one time. It got weird. She listens to the show.
Oh, I know.
That's good. And now it's like Apple's reporting that they're not going to hit their target sales because of the lack of iPhones they can make for Foxconn.
Yeah.
Luckily, Samsung dodged that bullet.
Mm-hmm.
They had some unfriendly relations with the Republic of China. So now I think they get theirs all out of Taiwan and Malaysia.
Yeah, they saw ahead, I guess.
Well, yeah, I guess. Maybe Samsung did it.
Imagine that.
Take that, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot more Androids.
So what do you think? Is Sony being a little anti-Asian?
No, I've been saying, if I were in their position, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm already kind of I'm not a major germaphobe, but I'm grossed out by just like that kind of stuff. So, absolutely, I would definitely do something. Maybe if it's bad PR, I mean, I don't think it's bad PR personally. I don't think that what they did should garner any kind of negative attention or any kind of racist sentiment. But even if they have to deal with that for now, in the long run, it's saving them a lot of time and a lot of trouble.
Exactly. No, because I know that Sony was in their letter to why they're not attending E3, they're like, we're going to go to conventions.
Yeah.
We're going to go meet the people face to face.
Oops.
Whoops. Uh-oh. That's not good.
It's going to have to do a lot of directs, I guess. We're going to do a lot of Sony direct videos.
No more Sony.
Yeah, they're so bad. So
no more directs.
Yeah, well, no, what's it called? Nintendo's Direct. What do they call theirs again?
Shit shows.
State of play. They're fucking awful. But maybe they'll be forced to step up their game because they had to pull out of so many conventions. Who knows? And again, can we get to the whole speculation about the next console? Yeah. So
we've already seen it with iPhones.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, we got to drop the projected sales. We can't, get enough of them into the market.
Yeah.
And with, half of China's population being quarantined, not officially sick, but quarantined.
Yeah.
That's 1/10 of the Earth's population.
Yeah.
They can't make them.
No.
I don't know who you're getting to make these phones, but they don't have enough people.
No, they don't at all. And and as it is, outside of this, Sony was already dealing with issues of like, They were trying to figure out how much they're going to be spending on parts. They're working out, like, especially a lot of it has to come out of the cooling systems. Yeah. They were trying to figure out like what they needed and how much they're going to be spending and how much, and they're trying to figure out a price. They've been really cagey. Usually around this time of the year, around February of the console release, they say the price and they kind of reveal what their system's going to be looking like.
They don't reveal the price.
No, yeah, they usually in February, yeah.
No, because they didn't reveal the price until, when was it? Like E3.
You sure?
For PS4.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll look, but yeah.
Well, no, it was April.
Okay, so it's around spring though that they release the price of it, and then they kind of give you an idea. They start kind of letting you know right away what it's going to be like, and they haven't done that at all for this. They've been very cagey with the PS5 altogether. Xbox Series X, at least we saw what it looks like. That's about it, but I kind of feel like their only incentive for releasing the PS5 would be if the Xbox Series X comes out this year. Because usually if you come out later on in the game, it's really hard. It's a big game of catch up, and you really do catch up, or it takes a while to catch up. Like the PS3 came out after the Xbox 360, and it took them closer to the end of that generation to get anywhere near to the Xbox 360.
Yeah, but they fucked up in other ways too.
Oh, they had pricing issues.
Well, they had delays.
Yep.
They delayed the console a year.
Yep.
Because it's supposed to come out in 2005, came out in 2006.
Yep.
So then everyone already owned an Xbox 360.
Yep,
There's
exactly.
one.
Yep.
2, it was cheaper.
Yep.
And 3, it was harder to make games for.
Yeah, that was another big one.
And here's the thing. They thought that was a good idea that it was harder to make games for.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, they're like, yes. All the first-party developers like, yes. We don't have to compete as much because it's so fucking backwards.
Yeah.
Our PS3 architecture.
Yeah, it's bizarre. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm fully expecting to hear it's not coming out until 2021 now. And by all means, I'm personally fine with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with the PS4. I mean, some games don't run great, like Star Wars First Order.
Yeah, or Control, which I haven't played yet, but I've heard it just runs terribly.
Yeah, but honestly,
I don't even care about graphics that much anymore either. Like, I think, okay, no, I can't say I'd want to jump back to what things look like on PS3 and Xbox 360.
No.
But where we're at with like PS4 and Xbox One, like graphically, I think it's fine. Like I don't necessarily need realism, and
I prefer not
yeah.
realism.
I mean, again, I am a fan of the Switch. Dan's a fan of the Switch Lite.
I'm not actually that big of a fan of the Switch Lite. It's good.
Well, you
I'm more of a fan.
We're
of
not
the
getting
Switch
into
Lite.
this because it's always just a bunch of muddle bullshit. No. But anyway, what I'm getting at,
if you look at it objectively,
what I'm getting at is that the Switch doesn't really care about performance at all in terms of like graphics. It's still on par, or sometimes even barely, with like the PlayStation, the last generation of consoles. So
the Switch could use a bit of a bump.
Yes, they could, just because they struggled sometimes, but overall, I mean, it's selling immensely well, and there are a lot of innovative games for it. And
Yes.
the performance isn't necessarily the main focus anymore. I think that from like now on, there's not much you're going to be able to do to like change the ecology of games when you're making the new systems. The things will look better. You might be able to have more things going in the environment, more people in the crowds and NPCs or something. But the games aren't necessarily going to be something you can't really do this generation in the next generation.
I don't think the graphics are going to make a huge jump. I mean, eventually it will, where it's like, it's just real people looking motherfuckers.
I mean, they're going to be able to do ray tracing. I don't know what the hell ray tracing is, full disclosure.
Apparently it's amazing.
Yeah, it's some kind of new thing.
It's like the new HDR, and I don't know what HDR is either.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's something. I don't know what the hell it is. But I don't necessarily know where we can go. Things will load faster. There'll be that. I mean,
I think the biggest thing is that it'll be able to handle like even more crazy computations.
Yeah, so like maybe stronger AI or better AI.
Not even just AI. Like honestly, like if you can make an algorithm that like fucks with physics in every different room, think about it. Like because changing gravity is actually very hard.
And I think that's why Control struggles. It's not necessarily the graphics.
Well, because it
has crazy sorts of physics and.
Well, because each item has its own physics.
Yeah.
Where, this is how heavy it is, this is how the gravity will affect it. If you change the gravity in the room, this is how it's going to be affected. Yeah. If you can get that, like, that's nuts.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or an algorithm that, like, automatically builds rooms. Think about GTA 6 if you could walk into any house.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they kind of fooled it in Spider-Man, where there was an algorithm that, like, popped a random room into it, and then if you went around the corner, it'd be a completely different room, even though it's the same window.
Yeah.
So things like that's going to get crazier.
Yeah.
Also, enemy AI, but not the way you think. Yes, AI will be smarter, but also the way Days Gone tried to do horde mode.
Yeah.
That shit's going to get nuts.
Yeah.
You'll have like 30 fucking monsters peel off to the side so they can freaking flank you or something.
Yeah.
They can't think of that. Like how Horizon had the world disappeared when you weren't looking at it.
Yeah.
That there's just going to be there.
Yeah. So it'll be that, but not necessarily any major revolutionary leaps. And so I don't know. I don't like. I'm not necessarily, losing sleep over it. And I feel like even when it comes out, I'm probably going to wait a year after it releases, whenever it does.
Will they get rid of that giant ass cooling system?
Yeah, because usually, the first run is gonna they usually have their bugs to work out and the kinks to work out. The first run is kind of like, this is generalization, kind of like the first child in the family. Both of us are like, they have like older siblings, and the oldest siblings in our households tend to be the screw ups.
Well, you just look back at the first one, you're like,
Yeah, the parents don't know what they're doing.
We could have done a little bit better,
Yeah, the parents were probably young when they didn't know what the hell they were doing, and
yeah, that was the baby that was made out of love.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that with the first run of a console, and usually the first games on that in that generation. Not as much lately. Like,
well, now that they're doing cross console generations, like the PS3 to PS4 wasn't the same as like PS2 to PS3.
Yeah.
Not the same.
No, because the first run of PS2 games, first run of PS3 games, pretty fucking horrible.
Well, when PS2 was going into PS3,
Yeah.
PS2 was getting shit like God of War.
Yeah, yeah.
And what do we get on PS3?
Oh, no.
I was gonna say Heavenly Sword, but that was still a good game.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I liked it back when Ninja Theory did that.
Was Flower PS3? I think it's shit like
Flower was PS3. I don't know if they were launched though.
I have a feeling it was.
Oh yeah,
it was like shit like Flower that were like the early ones, and like the PS2 had that fireworks one.
Oh yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah. But yeah, those kind of things.
But then when we had the PS3 to PS4, you had Battlefield come out on both.
Yeah.
You can only get 16 players on this one. This one you can get 64. Yeah, it's a difference, but you still got to play the game.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, what do I want to do? We can already play games with 100 people in the freaking map.
Yeah.
They're not good, but,
it's not anything I'd ever want to play anyway.
I don't know. Apex Legends. Interesting enough.
Yeah. I mean, you liked it. It's not my thing. I don't have anything against it, though.
No?
No.
Yeah, I tried to get you guys on this.
Yeah.
So
I downloaded it and I played it. Oh, yeah, it's so down. I was like, oh, this game's not for me.
I was just like, yo, guys, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
And then we could never just get all three of us.
I kind of feel, it's hard coordinating. I mean, usually I'm a trooper. Like, we tried it with, what was that? The Kingdom, no, the stupid the medieval night games, like a death match.
Oh, For Honor?
For Honor, yeah. We did that. We wanted to get Pali and Rajesh.
To do a 4-way fight?
Yeah, and then they just kind of never did it. The game was free, and they never...
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
Rajesh.
Yeah.
And then Pali.
But yeah,
apparently they're not as disgusting with the video games as we are.
No, yeah.
Pali's more of a anime buff. And
yeah.
Rajesh is more of a sit and watch TV buff.
Okay.
He's a very big TV guy.
Okay, yeah.
So, different spheres.
Oh, yeah.
Different strokes for different folks.
Exactly. What you talking about, Dan? All right, anything else?
Honestly, I was going to talk about other things, but really, what other big news is there? Oh, Persona 5 the Royal took out a gay joke.
Yeah, I mean, we're here. I might as well address it. I mean...
Here's the thing. Yeah, I don't like it when anything's really changed that much because it's already in the localization from the original.
Yep.
So that's kind of dumb.
Yeah. So what you're saying now, so the Japanese version, that still has it in there, though, right? The Japanese version of Persona 5 Royal. Okay.
They just changed the localization.
That's really stupid.
So I was like, it's dumb. And everyone's got their conspiracy hats on. They're like, what else are they going to change? I'm like, probably not much.
Yeah.
Why would the localization team really change too much from the original script when, one, they might have been the original people who localized it, and two, that's just extra work that Sega and Atlas don't want to pay them for.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, re-localize this 130-hour game to the 190-hour game. No, like, what the fuck? Relocalize every Persona in this game. Well, there's like 300.
You said there's something else with Kamoshida's Palace, right?
No, that's just extra things that they're doing for all the boss battles. They are changing.
Okay, but they're not sanitizing things. Kind of adding. Okay.
No, they're just adding things like the boss battles will be slightly different. Whereas like Kamoshida had just on fight beside him.
Yeah.
Now he has on Shiho and Mishima fight beside him.
That's what it was. Okay.
Or the painter guy is gonna have he's gonna split into different colors because the painter guy was like the fucking easiest.
Oh yeah.
He just turned into 4 parts of a painting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, all the bosses are kind of easy. They're just
I didn't have any issues with the bosses. Again, the biggest struggle I had was just the length of the final act.
Did you see my most recent thing?
I don't know.
On PlayStation? Here, I'm gonna show it to you right now.
It's gonna make me sick, isn't it?
I got the bookworm trophy, motherfucker.
So what's left to platinum then?
I have to beat the twins.
Okay, that's not too hard.
See, the reason I had to replay the whole fucking game over is because I didn't save scum.
Okay.
I just used one save. It made like the best persona to fight them with.
Yeah.
But by the time I had made it, I had passed the point where I could fight them.
I thought as long as you're in New Game Plus, you can just play them anytime.
No, I saved it on the last day, December 24th.
Yeah, so it's like the point of no return, right?
Yeah, and I was like, after I saved it, I was like, fuck, I fucking do it. God damn it. Because with New Game Plus, I just beat the palace in one day.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fuck, my guys are jacked. I might as well just smoke this palace and get out.
Yeah.
But man, now I have to go back and like farm up money because it costs like 500,000 to make a persona.
Yeah.
That like has all these resistances, so that your guy just doesn't get destroyed. And then I have to like go like level up.
Yeah.
All my guys are now like level 96. Now I just have to money farm.
See, this doesn't sound fun to me at all. It's
as someone who 99 levels most of their Final Fantasy games. Well, not now because those are shit.
Yeah.
But like up to number 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, Final Fantasy 6 or 3 back then. That was the worst.
Yeah.
That was the worst one, man. There's like 30 characters. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you could put the experience egg on some of them. You only get 2.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, for me with RPGs, I kind of play in a more, I don't know, utilitarian way. I guess like get as much as I need to get to the next point. I mean, try not to.
Well, you know me. I love it when my characters are gods.
Yeah.
We found that out during our Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Yeah, sure did.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Yeah, and I mean, to a degree, Mega Man 11 as well.
Yeah, Mega Man 11, I just kind of like...
Gamed the system.
Well, I just kept going back in to get more money. So I could buy like 1,000 lives and recharges. And I was like, look, I'm invincible now. Mega Man can shoot holes through everybody. And I have this bird that will just revive me 20 times. I mean, I'm sure I didn't miss the point of the game.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't.
It's just like if anyone were to use the Contra code in Contra. Come on.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's kind of the same.
Well, Contra, I mean, that's a different design philosophy. Contra was made during the times the games were quarter munchers, so...
Yeah,
I mean, that's just kind of... That was something catching up to modern gaming conventions. So,
yeah, but did you play Skyrim?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you not, when you first had the chance, make your guy into a blacksmith and build like 1 billion daggers just to level up your blacksmithing abilities?
I don't know if I spend that much time doing that now. The only the closest thing I did was in Fallout New Vegas. There was a glitch where after you finish a quest, you keep on talking to the guy over and over again, and you keep on leveling up.
Oh, see.
So I did that once.
That's not intricate enough.
And then but then the thing is, after doing that, I was so powerful that it wasn't even fun anymore to stop playing the game.
Yeah,
and that was it.
My guy basically had like dwarven mail, and everyone and I was like at the 3rd quest. I walked up to that fucking snow troll and punched a hole through him.
See, it's not fun when I can easily get to like I need a good balance. Like Sekiro was too sadistically difficult, and then
it was.
But then like if something's too easy, it's not gonna be fun. Like I like getting my ass kicked, like a challenge, but I need to just be that.
You need to
right
be able
balance.
to overcome the challenge at some point.
It's like spicing up your food. You don't want to like have that like douse your sandwich in ghost pepper sauce or anything. You just want a nice kick, maybe something that'll set your mouth a little bit on fire. But
see, that's why I don't know if you would like the original Demon Souls.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Demon Souls doesn't have an Estus flask.
Yeah.
So I used to farm herbs.
Yeah.
And my God, could you live? Like one item was all the herbs and the other I just fucked around. So I kept this, it's called turpentine, where you could just set your weapon on fire. I farmed those 2 things just because he can live forever and just set his sword on fire every time. It's hilarious. I'm like... I totally missed the point of the game. Yeah. Because you would still die in stupid ways, so there wasn't a problem with that.
I guess not.
And same with, fucking Final Fantasy. You're literally fighting gods at most of the point. And in Final 8, they actually level up with you.
Yeah.
So leveling up your characters to max did not help.
Yeah, I hate when games do that though.
Ah,
And so it kind of defeats the purpose of leveling up.
it does because Dragon Quest already taught us. Walk around the woods till you kill enough squirrels, then you can fight the Medusa. Right?
Yeah.
That was the gaming logic. Like, oh, I'm too weak. Time to walk in a square for 2 hours.
See, that's what I like with Tokyo Mirage Sessions, is that they've allowed you to, I guess, like level up real quickly if you want to. You can just go into like the EX dungeon and you get an item, you get tomes, and you just give them to your character and you can level up right away if you need to. So
The original didn't have that.
Yeah, so I think that with the Encore edition, they've added that.
I was gonna say that was not the first.
Yeah, the Encore edition has that, and it's like I'm glad I can do that because sometimes the game already does enough shit to make you to just pad it out. Like the quest I'm on right now, I've been on it for a while, because it's like I lose patience with it and I just kind of put it down. So it's like a lot of like almost like fetch questing. It's like, okay, to get into this dungeon, you got to go back into this dungeon first, and you got to go in this room and find this item. Okay, now go in this dungeon, find that item, and I'm in another dungeon, and before I can like get to the item that I need, I've got to go find items within that one to give to other people. So I'm like, all right, it's like so. I
Okay,
do.
well, fetch quests are just stupid.
Yeah, so things like that, I guess, kind of. So because of that, though, because the game's already like fucking with your time already, I don't mind leveling up quickly so I can just get on with it.
Yeah, plow through the stupid stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with things like that, but other than that, generally I like to be just a little stronger, or to stand a good chance to win against.
In Final 7 you had to do it if you wanted to see everything.
Yeah.
If you wanted to defeat, Emerald and Ruby, you had to fucking be powerful.
Like my friend developed a whole system. I can't remember how it works now. It's like 20-something years, but it was like he gets like auto grind. So you leave it like it's something like you go into like the desert area. I can't remember what it's called, but then you just like you can set it to just like make the characters go back and forth, and it'll like they fight over and over again, and it's pretty much an auto grind. So he just like leave it on overnight and then do that, and then in the morning he like go up like 20 levels or something crazy like that. I can't remember the system. It's been so long.
See, I level grind the old school way.
Yeah, we're actually doing it. So
Why do you think I turn off music in video games? I've heard enough of it. I turn off the music, I put on a podcast, or load up some YouTube videos.
I don't mind the music still. So even the last time I ever grinded was when I played Octopath again.
I was gonna say, did you grind an Octopath?
But that's post game because the game has a post game like final boss that you can fight if you want to. So I've never beaten him. The first time around after I beat everybody's quest, I was like, okay, let me see what this is like, and then. It was this, and they have to go. It's a stage where you have to fight 8 of the other final bosses first.
That makes sense.
And then you go and then you fight this like Lovecraftian type of monster called Galdera with all their 8 characters on 2 different levels fighting it. But it's like you can kill you in like 2 hits. So I was the first time I got to him, immediately died. So I was like, oh fuck. So I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this again. I beat the game. It's fine. I spent 100 hours. It's good. I'm fine with it. But then recently I was like, let me give this a shot again. So then that's when I grind. I grind for 10 hours.
Oh shit!
And then I tried it again. I got further, and then did some cheat move that killed me. I was like, all right, maybe next year. So
you haven't beat him yet?
No, I haven't beaten Galdera yet.
Oh my god, dude, my dude!
And I watched YouTube videos, and there's like some little crazy Asian kid who like said, okay, I'm way under leveled, but I can beat him within a half hour. And he did all these like exploits and all that. And I was trying to, but nah, I don't have time for this. And I tried it, and I guess got destroyed.
Oh,
so
really?
Yeah, it's so you can probably beat it if you are super like crazy with like the way you manage your items and all that. But
or if you read like a guide.
Yeah, but
I can't do that.
I just want to try. Yeah, but it's because of the way that character is, it's disgustingly cheap.
Although apparently they're taking out for Persona 5 the Royal, they're taking out Reaper farming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
You know where you know what Reaper farming is in Persona 5, right? If you go, you know how if you go into Mementos and you're on the same level for too long?
Oh, right.
They're like, the Reaper comes out.
Yeah. Okay.
I use this just to do this final thing because I fucked up my good run, where I legit level people up. This one, it's like if you go in during the flu season.
Yeah.
There's a chance where the Reaper will come in and he'll have like despair. And Despair Persona is like after about 3 turns, they just die. So that's like one of the abilities I always give Joker. But so then I've been re-performing that way to get them from level, what was it, like 56? Now they're at level 96.
Yeah.
And that was like 4 hours. I'm like, oh, that's easy. That was not hard.
Yeah.
But sometimes he doesn't, like most of the time he doesn't come in with Despair.
Yeah.
So you gotta pray that like you're faster than him, so you can run away. Because man, he does 2 actions in a row.
Oh,
he buffed himself up with his magic, and then he shot his gun and it killed my guy. I was like, no, I have to restart. I had to also Persona 5 save spots. I get it.
Yeah, that's a pain in the ass. Like
actually, you know what? They gave you enough.
It's not too bad.
But seriously, you spend like an hour on each part of the level, like because the dungeons are about. If you're not playing New Game Plus, it's about maybe 45 minutes for each level. Like, for through a palace.
Yeah.
And like palace will have like 4 to 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, "Fuck! Do I just turn around? Do I just go back to the old save room?"
Yeah, that's one thing that Tokyo Mirage Systems has going for. You can save whenever you want. But then the downside is no auto saving, and you can just if you get caught by as I told you before, it's called brutal encounter, then you're just fucked because usually you can't run away the first time you try to run away, and then it'll be like your turns will be one character, but then 3 of theirs in a row. Yeah. And then if you don't manage to kill them in your turn or run away in your turn, then you're fucked pretty much.
That's fucking.
So it's like I learned the hard way the first time because I played maybe
fight your way out
an hour or something, and then I didn't save.
Oh
so
no, dude!
But, yeah,
dude. Even with my New Game Plus, I saved at every location. I was like, you know what? You never know.
Yeah, I'm just used to modern gaming as well. Just at least auto saving sometimes for even if it's not at the most ideal spot. It'll auto save like maybe 15 minutes away as opposed to so.
But Persona 5, man, I lost like 2 hours. I was like, shit. My guys are back to level 63. Damn it. So now I have to go and do another exploit after this, where you fight a boss in Mementos and you confuse them. Yeah. Eventually they just keep throwing money at you. And then but you don't kill them. Yeah. So you just keep waiting because mini bosses have unlimited money. Yeah. But man, I don't want my guys to be broke.
You better hope that there's some kind of like cross save or something with Royal, because you're gonna be back at from ground zero and to start from scratch.
Actually, I've already planned out how I'm gonna do my runs.
Okay.
The first run, I'm gonna try and get my guy to have perfect attributes.
Okay.
Because that carries over.
Yeah.
Your confidants, you just need like the teacher. So that way you can get your massages so you can go out at night after you go to like a palace run or Mementos.
Okay, I didn't know that's what it did. Okay.
Yeah, and I think Sojiro gives you the ability to make curry, which lets you make curry at the cafe.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And you can use those to restore your magic.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, those are the 2 I need.
Yeah.
Everyone else can fuck off.
Yeah.
No one else is as helpful.
Yeah.
Like what? Mishima, the people in the back have the same amount of experience. Who cares? Who cares, man? That's New Game Plus shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also I need to get the doctor.
Yes.
That way I can buy all that good shit.
Yeah, yeah.
The gun guy is so useless.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
What? Or the fortune teller, even worse.
Yeah, I don't vaguely remember her.
My first run, I actually never met her because I thought it was just a waste.
Yeah.
You had to spend 100,000 just to start your arc with her. What a waste.
Yeah.
What a waste. But then again, I'm playing Persona 5.
Yes, very much so.
It's a waste.
A month away from Persona 5 Royal, and you're gonna be in the same position. So yeah, I guess in a month we'll be. I don't know. Do we want to do something special for Persona 5 Royal? Because it's like, I feel like this whole show there's always one way of working Persona into our episode. Persona 5 tends to hijack our episodes. Like maybe.
What do you mean hijack the episode? Didn't we start by talking about how Sony's going to leave PAX? You said you wanted to talk about this, though.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a nothing burger. It's an empty bun.
Wait. What's another? What do I want to talk about?
The whole Persona 5 Royal...
Oh, okay. No. You brought it up, and I said, yeah, well, let's talk about it.
I said,
didn't bring it up. You brought it up.
I said, there's not really
let's
much news to talk about.
Well, I mean, we end up talking about Persona for 25 minutes. Or
not just Persona. We talked about...
RPG, gaming...
grinding, really.
Yeah, pretty much comes down to.
We talked like 2 seconds about the actual controversy.
Yeah, because it is a non-issue in all honesty. So,
no, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we have some kind of show here. This is more true to form than the last attempt at.
Although, we should have talked about this.
Well, I mean, we're still on air, so
the 95-year-old grandma.
This isn't.
This is okay. A couple of years ago, this grandma always played Tetris on her original Game Boy.
Okay.
And it had broken a few times.
Yeah.
So she kept buying new original Game Boys.
Yeah.
But this time she couldn't find a new one when her Game Boy broke. So in Japanese, they said that Nintendo has divine customer service.
Okay.
I don't know how the word divine, I don't know the actual Japanese word.
Yeah.
But apparently divine also sounds like paper. So they have paper customer service. So the 95-year-old grandma sent her original Game Boy with a letter saying, please, could you fix my Game Boy? It's the one I play every day.
Yeah.
And she basically explained it. She sent it to Nintendo. They sent her a working Game Boy and said, please live a long life.
Wow, that's very nice. Yeah.
She lived till she was 99.
It's not bad.
She probably played that Tetris a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a nice story.
Yeah, it's very nice, yeah.
Yeah, since we talked about, people getting upset about gay jokes being taken out of games. And
I don't think we even alluded to what the joke was. I think we just said the line. We never said what the line itself was.
It's not even a line. It's like 2 gay guys are just trying to hit on Ryuji.
Yeah.
And they're chasing him. But it's like a goof.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like just generally gay humor is still more accepted in Japan.
They call him delicious or something like that. I should know this but I skipped over the scene because it's stupid.
Yeah.
They're like,
because I totally forgot about this until you brought it up.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're delicious. We could just eat you up. And I'm like, this is...
I mean, I guess from a Western, to a certain degree, I can see why certain things happen, and certain jokes aren't as offensive culturally as other things in different cultures. Like the one I always go back to is Crash Bandicoot. One of his deaths is that when he gets crushed, it's just like his head and his feet walking around and all that. But in Japan, they had to take that out because there's a Japanese serial killer who used to cut off people's heads
and put them on their shoes.
Yeah, it'd be their heads and feet at people's doorsteps.
That's weird.
So
that's weird. Yeah.
So things like that. So that's a cultural thing where it's just like Looney Tunes stuff to us, but in Japan that was a big, relevant and terrific and traumatic thing that happened there.
Yeah, that's
so. And in here, in Western, North America, Western culture, there was just a lot, especially between the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. There's a lot of gay panic types of jokes. Like this weekend, I watched a shitty ass movie when I was editing the other version of the episodes. I had some shit in the background. I was watching Employee of the Month. Oh, terrible movie.
Okay, that movie's so shit.
Absolutely awful movie. But just
who's the white guy in it?
They're all white guys. But
Dane
Cook and Dax Shepard.
Who the fuck is Dex Shepard?
He's the guy. He's he always plays like rednecks. He's kind of, I don't know. Did you watch? I'm trying to think.
Also, who is the guy who had the bubbles-looking glasses?
Oh, that's Andy Dick.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. The guy who was super annoying.
Yeah. Dax Shepard. He's a blonde guy, and he plays Hicks. He's in Idiocracy. He was in trying to think of some. What was that movie with Seth Green, and they're all childhood friends. They're
Without a Paddle.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a secret?
Okay.
I've watched Without a Paddle. I haven't watched Idiocracy.
Okay. Well, I'm not surprised. I was trying to find. I knew you'd watch Without a Paddle, so that's why I was trying to get to that one. But I forgot.
How did you know I watched that?
Because it would have been that when you were a teenager, and I feel like you watched more movies when you were a teenager.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of forced. Everyone was like, "Yo, we got nothing else to do."
Yeah, no, I used to get directed a lot of shitty movies with Turner. Like,
oh my God, Turner!
he had the worst choices for movies.
That guy. He's just, the bowl cut throughout high school. Yo, he was owning it.
Yeah.
He used to tell me, "Yeah, I could bench 220." Like, bro.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened to him. I think we were like hopping fences, and he like tore the ass out of his jeans.
Sounds about right.
Oh man.
But yeah, like we watched a lot of shitty comedy. But anyway, so the point I was getting at though, so this is a Raw. This is a Raw. Anyway,
The last Raw was a little too structured.
Yeah, it was more structured than our normal shows.
Well, it's because the last one was about a situation you didn't know about a game you're really not super into.
Yeah.
You played, but you're like,
Yeah.
Character's annoying anyways.
Yeah. But so anyway, the point I was getting at though was that in that movie, Employee of the Month, there's just like a lot of gay panic jokes and this like homophobic jokes. Like the character writes on his, like Dane Cook writes on Dax Shepard's picture, "I love anal." And there's
what if he does love anal?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it doesn't mean like getting up the ass. It means anyway.
Could mean he likes giving and
receiving. Yeah, it could mean. I mean,
I've heard about the magic of male G spots.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. Maybe anal has only become more popular in the later years. Maybe I don't know. It's
become more posh.
Yeah, I mean, I've always found it gross, and I'll find it gross until the day I go to my grave. But
Puritan,
yeah,
Puritan.
That's me. No, I mean, people can do whatever the hell they want, but I don't need to be getting poo anywhere near me.
You can't grow trees if you're not willing to dig in the dirt.
Yeah, I guess whatever that means. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh fuck.
Anyway, I mean, I feel like anyone listening would have like dropped off, But the point I was getting at, that movie had a lot of this like gay panic jokes, like "Hey, you faggot" and things like that.
Wait, they actually dropped hard Fs?
Yeah, they dropped a lot for no reason too sometimes. And then it's like, and then there are a lot of movies. Another Dax Shepard movie I watched. Dax Shepard had a lot of homophobic movies. There's one called like "Let's Go to Jail," and it's like all about like worrying about getting raped while you're in prison.
What?
Yeah. And then I don't know. There's a lot of gay panic jokes. Even usually in American comedies, whenever it's like you don't want to go to it's about someone going to jail. It's like the main thing is the character doesn't want to get raped in the ass. Like that's the worst thing that can happen in the world to the guys. So like there's the one with Will Ferrell and
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Get hard.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like he didn't want to get raped in jail, and everything is.
Wait, is that what it was? I thought he just didn't want to get beat up.
Well, beat up and raped. Apparently, there's like a lot of gay panic jokes. There was also.
Well, it had Kevin Hart in it.
I mean, there's movies. there's like Boat Trip.
The fuck are these movies?
It was like Cuba Gooding Jr. and like some other like his like white friend go on a boat because they see like this hot Latina girl and they're like, oh yeah, let's it's like I can get with her. And then it turned out the boat is a cruise ship for gay guys. So it's like they had to pretend to be gay, but also not try to like it was like a gay guy. So it's like, oh hey, no homo, man. It was kind of like humor. So I can see why. Just in Western culture, like there's like a lot of that kind of humor, and it's like looking at it now, it's kind of cringy. So it's like let's not go back to it. I get where they're coming from with that and why they'd want to change it.
But it's a Japanese game.
Yeah, it's humor gets lost in translation. But Crash Bandicoot's an American game, and they took out him getting crushed to have his head sticking out his feet.
Yeah, but I mean, one of the most popular shows on Netflix right now is Messiah, and that's a gay Jesus.
Is it actually? I never watched that. But it's not necessary. But they're not making fun of it. It's not making fun of gay people, though.
No, but it does really sour like the hardcore Catholics.
Yeah, but that's offensive. It's offensive to Catholics, not the gay people.
Yeah, but that's like me being like, Shiva's a slut.
Yeah. But I feel like I don't know. Religious satire is common. Like it's not necessarily like I don't think it's necessarily. as insensitive to criticize. 'Cause, I mean, look, there's a lot of things. There's a movie like Dogma. Movies like
I enjoy. Oh,
yeah.
that was like one of my tops.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. So
like, I don't care.
I mean, I don't necessarily think. I think it's a different thing to, I guess, poke fun at something that a person's way of being that they're born with, as opposed to a religion they either chose to be in or are voluntarily part of. So I don't know. Like you're not, even if you're born into a Christian household, you're not necessarily. It's not in your DNA that you're a Christian or anything.
Oh, I mean, if it's your faith, then that's what you believe, and you can't change your faith if that's what you really believe.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of go. I'm like, well, when people found out about the church doing some dirt, a lot of people were like, well, fuck, been a Catholic for 60 years. Can't change it now.
That's kind of like saying, I don't know, that's like Republicans who stay Republican even though Trump's in office and he goes against everything they believe in. Yeah, but it's kind of the thing. It's in a similar way of thinking. It's still a philosophy as opposed to lifestyle. Like
no, I get it. I'm not equating the two.
Yeah,
I just say like, well, something offends everybody. Like everything offends somebody.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I didn't think the gay joke was that offensive.
No, I didn't even remember its existence. If it happened, it would have passed over me so much. Like
I mean, maybe it was offensive. It didn't really seem that offensive. So it seemed more out of touch.
It felt par for the course. Again, it always just seemed like there always seemed to be the effeminate characters who are in these games. Like again, let's talk about in Fire Emblem Three Houses. There's that gay guy in the new house who...
Or Sylvando.
Yeah, Sylvando especially.
Sylvando in Dragon Quest.
Have you looked at stuff about him?
I've looked up. He looks super.
Yeah, like I wasn't kidding, right? Yeah, he's like the.
Wait, why were there like 5 guys like dancing with him or something?
That's in the second half of the game. After everybody splits up, you start as him, and then you form parties with random guys. So they start off as regular guys, and then it's like he like inspires them, and then they're all like dressed up like in like the feathery outfits.
They look like they looked like they're on a parade.
There's all this goes on for so long, and then it's like Sylvando's father is like this macho general at the very end of the game. You meet him, and then like he impresses his father. So then his father is like there with the guy.
Does he rip off the feathers?
Yeah, no. The father, no. But he impresses his father so much that the father like says, "All right," and then he's like dancing with the guys and stupid.
That's weird.
So I mean I'm surprised that didn't get the kind of controversy, because I do feel like Sylvando is way more of like a big gay stereotype than anything else.
Yeah, but
I guess he's not doesn't necessarily go around trying to like sexually harass anybody. I guess that's the other issue. I guess that they see it as sexual harassment, which I don't know, or it's the idea that like gay men are like
predators.
Yeah, because I mean a lot of guys think that way. Like a lot of straight dudes think like if someone's gay, that means they immediately want them.
Okay, here's the true facts. Okay. True facts. Most guys are just predators in general. If you think about us when we were like 20.
Okay.
Whenever you walked in the room, there was like like a 6 in the room.
Okay.
Were you not like, I could probably smash that?
Well, it doesn't mean you're overtly doing it, though.
No. Well, I don't know. Some guys.
And also, there's a thing like also, I'm not if a woman tells me she's a lesbian, then I'm not like, or if she's clearly a lesbian, I'm not like, okay, well, I mean, I'm not thinking how I'm going to convert them.
Yeah. Although there are movies about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Chasing Amy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know. If I were a gay dude, I'd probably just be as much of a dog.
Maybe.
Honestly. Just like my mom used to say, a hole's a hole. Which in this context sounds really terrible.
Right. I'm not touching that one. Good job.
Thanks, Mama.
I don't even know what we're getting at anymore. You gotta know where to go from here.
I don't know. I mean, we're getting into some real like philosophical conversations.
And then we got to a hole as a hole.
Well, no, honestly,
if
I were gay, I'd probably try, dick down a couple dudes.
I do. Okay, I mean, it's different between that and then like chasing them because the scene, it's like
but they don't know Ryuji's not gay.
But you wouldn't. I mean, you I
you
feel
gotta
like
throw the feelers out there somehow.
I feel like it's tougher. Yeah, it's a tougher thing to.
It's
to
much
try.
scarier for gay people to hit on people because one, you could end up with an ass kicking just for even asking. You can't even be like, "Hey, you down?"
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Fuck no, I'm gonna beat you up because I'm so not gay that I have to beat up a gay guy." Like what? That's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, like when I've been hit on by gay dudes, usually it's a thing where it's like they'll drop hints or they try to test you. Like
they do test you. Like I've gone to.
It's like it reminds me of like Blade Runner when they do the voight contest. Like they'll ask you.
Can I tell you a secret?
Okay.
I've never watched Blade Runner.
Okay. Well, in Blade Runner, they do something called the voight contest, where it's like they'll get someone and try to determine if they're an android by asking a bunch of questions. And depending on the kind of answer they get, they can determine whether.
Okay.
So that's what it's like.
Well, I was gonna say they'll do like subtle things like ask if they can like have a sip of your drink. You're like, nah, bro. Or they play with your hair a little.
Yeah.
You're like, I love your hair. Then they do that finger curl shit. Like this is a terrible stereotype.
Yeah.
But this is what my mom's gay barbers did. They're like,
oh yeah, I forgot you had that.
And I know they weren't hitting on me, but I imagine that's how they hit on a guy.
Yeah.
Because they're just playful.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a bit more of I remember
what, they cup your balls?
No, I remember and I worked at the store. There is like a guy. He kept on like looking up at me, but usually when I worked in the retail, it was like I guess I looked at everyone to see if they needed my help. Right, I'm just being
you're a helpful guy.
Yeah, I'm doing my job. But then or was doing my job anyway. So then like one guy, he kept on like looking at every time you like go and like grab something like look up at me. Look up, and then he
grabbed the eggplant book.
So anyway, he came up and he talked to me, and then he was just like asking me about myself, and I said I'm like leaving, and then he wanna. It's always the good-looking ones who gotta leave, and I was like, okay, well, then I guess but usually my reaction is just to pretend I didn't know what he was getting at or anything, so that's it. But usually, so they'll say things like that, or
they're flirty.
Yeah, they'll be flirty,
but
or
any guy is kind of flirty.
Yeah,
But
I mean, but what happened in Persona 5 didn't seem like it was.
That is not flirty.
Yeah, so that's where they're getting at, and I feel like it is a negative stereotype because I think a lot of people might think.
Although, if I were gay, I'd be like, I would tell people, you look scrumptious. Yeah. They actually act more like what's that drag show?
RuPaul?
Yeah. Okay. How RuPaul acts overtly sexual towards all the other contestants, but then they're pseudo flirting with each other, but it's like their personas. No, but it's like their drag persona is just flirty. So they act more like drag queens, like gay dudes. If you think about it, aren't we all just faking it? Aren't we all just have a mask? Sometimes of makeup on our face, where we tape it back a little.
I can't wait to. We're releasing this episode about
what? You can release it.
Yeah, we're releasing it.
I don't mind. What? Well, my girlfriend was like, yo, look at them. They're so beautiful. I'm like, who's that chick? And she's like, it's RuPaul. Like, oh, okay. And then there was a bald black man on there. I'm like, who's that? And she's like, that's the same person.
Yeah, that's
I'm
RuPaul,
like, what? Dude looks like he's a singer. He's got the glasses on. He's got a tweed jacket. I'm like, I didn't expect him to, pretty good transformation. But I was like, where'd the boobs go? Apparently it's part of the suit.
Yeah.
It's a Phantom Thieves costume right there.
All right, so...
It's fighting against society.
So, any closing thoughts or anything, or...
I think I got most of it out there. I mean, let's go over what we said. Sony and Facebook not going to PAX. Persona 5 took out a gay joke.
Yeah.
You played Octopath Traveler for 10 hours and still didn't win.
Yep.
which is fucking. Were you max leveled or did you just?
No,
grind?
I got it to like I was at like 50 and I went to 72 with.
What's
like,
the max level?
I guess 99.
Okay, I thought you grown from.
No,
I thought you grinded till like you
no,
were.
No, I guess like I was just like, all right, that's enough. Like I got bored of grinding. So
I thought you were grinding until you were Jesus or something.
No. I just did it until I was bored. Like I used exploits and everything. Like I got items that make you level, gain more XP, and there's like a cave where there's enemies who give you a crazy amount of XP, but it's still 10 hours, and it's like I just wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Also, RuPaul looks like a lady when they're drag.
Yep, and
my mother's once told me a hole is a hole.
Yeah. And some kind of discourse about gay people and homophobia.
Honestly, yeah, maybe. I mean, Japan makes cringy jokes about everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
they make cringy jokes about like guys sexually harassing girls. Still,
yeah. Well, I mean, there's still a lot of pervy humor. Like you're talking about how an AI Somnium.
I was gonna say the main character in AI Somnium Falls. He's all about like perv mags, and he's like, "Oh, did your boobs get bigger?" Like that's kind of
same thing with Dragon Quest XI. Your grandpa is like always looking at porno magazines, and there's like a part where he goes in some kind of meditation thing, and he like meditates so long in the middle of a like snowy mountain that he just shrivels up. But then one of your party members finds his porno magazine. And he's like, "Oh, what's this?" And he's like super excited to see a porno magazine.
That's like Master Roshi in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's the grandpa is 100% Master Roshi. He even wears like the same hat and everything. So yeah.
Wait, Master Roshi wore a... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like the little fez.
Yeah,
yeah,
little fez hat.
Yeah.
He loses that later.
Okay. I haven't seen DBZ since like the Cell Saga. Oh no, the end of the Cell Saga.
Wait, you didn't get to Majin Buu?
No.
So you don't know the fusion dance?
I know of it. I know it because of memes and all that, but yeah.
How are you supposed to become one? All the other ways we've tried haven't worked.
Sure. All right. So
shit.
I don't know what we have. But
this one's gonna have to be cut down.
No, fuck it.
It's like an hour long.
I don't care. It got progressively more insane as it went. So the nuggets are here.
Unless someone listens to up to like the 45-minute mark.
I don't know. I mean,
never gonna know.
Podcasts are pretty long in general. Like you can.
Yeah, but this is also our podcast.
Yeah.
I doubt anyone listens all the way through. Like we do appreciate the people who do support us.
Exactly. Well, it's a reward if they do, right?
The people who listen past the 45-minute mark, they knew what they were up to.
Yeah. This is like a post-story act or whatever, like again, Dragon Quest XI.
I was going to say, this is where you can go back in time and cause the calamity to not happen.
Exactly. Except it is a calamity. We cause a calamity at the end.
It is just a calamity.
But all right, see what happens with this. Catch you guys later.